Hello and welcome to your weekly session of I'd rather watch a movie than feel the touch of a woman. I'm your host, Barry McCockiner.
And I'm Dr. Mike Oxlong.
Today's session is all about why does she keep threatening a restraining order against me?
You know all about that, huh, Barry?
Mike, can you please shut the fuck up and let me do this?
Ha! Pranked you! It's the Flix Capacitor Podcast.
It's the Flix Capacitor Podcast!
Oh yeah, we're here. We're here with a new episode and a new week and a new year filled with new movies. Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yep. And today's a really exciting episode because we have a guest on.
And Browen's not wearing a hat.
And I'm not wearing a hat, letting the hair all out.
Wow.
All beautiful and natural.
Sexy, very handsome. Yeah, we have a very special guest. Do we want to say who it is yet, or do we want to talk Super Bowl stuff?
Well, the name is, they see the name in the title. Who cares?
That's right. It is Angel. BlurayAngel for people who don't, I don't know his last name, but I don't think he probably wants it out in the public anyway. BlurayAngel. Yeah, he's not here yet. He can't hear this, so we can just talk poorly about him. He's got over 101,000 followers on TikTok and 11.8 million likes on TikTok. He is doing well. He is a very sweet guy from what I've gathered. You know, I don't know him personally that much, but he seems really sweet. And yeah, we're very excited to have him on.
Yep. And then also we had the Super Bowl.
Yay!
Sorry
Super
for the
Bowl.
Eagles fans.
Why did they lose?
Yeah, Eagles lost.
You know what? Speaking of the Super Bowl, I saw 80 for Brady. I loved that movie. I
know. Didn't you give it like 5 stars?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's so, and you know, people are saying it's bad. It's like, what did you expect from this movie? Sincerely.
Yeah.
It's a football movie about 4 old ladies starring Guy Fieri. Like, what did you want out of this? It's so good. It's so good. You'll like it. It's really good.
Yeah, we'll see. But we did get a pretty good amount of trailers, so we're going to talk about just a few of them. We got obviously the Flash trailer. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, which I think are the only 2 full-length trailers, like 2.5 minutes. And then no, stop that. No.
Sorry.
I'm gonna punch you through the butt. So anyways, we also got an Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, like 30-second trailer, which was pretty good. And then we got, I think it was a pretty good title, Dial of Destiny. We don't know what it means yet. And then we got a 30-second Transformers Rise of the Beast trailer. We got a little trailer for Creed 3, which, oh my God, I'm so excited for.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah. I saw Jonathan Majors was talking about his workout routine for that, and he was eating like over 6,000 calories a day. Just like, oh my God, like the commitment. I mean, I'd probably do it too for how much he's getting paid, but it's still impressive. It's very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also, speaking of Indiana Jones, this is the 8th highest, or the 8th biggest budget ever?
Yeah. 8th most expensive movie ever.
Which is probably because of the de-aging. All the de-aging that they said that they're doing.
And it looks good. I mean, just in the trailer footage, it looks good. And I guess a good chunk of him in the movie is de-aged. So, I don't know. It's probably a lot has to do with that. And it looks like a big movie, too. There's a lot of big actors.
Yeah. One being Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Who's probably one of the most expensive actors now.
Oh, yeah. Considering he's like given up, but he's just doing what pays well. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, absolutely. So, you didn't watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, right?
No, I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so I only saw the Flash trailer because you texted it to me, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's here."
Yeah. I'll just say the Guardians 3 trailer, I won't talk about it too much because it wasn't a disappointing trailer in any way, but it was very like, it wasn't a big epic trailer, because it's not going to be this big epic movie. It's not Ant-Man Quantumania. It's not Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the conclusion to the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and you can tell, and I said this with the last trailer, it's going to be a very emotional movie, which is great. I will say, though, that as excited as I am for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I will say that I do think The Flash looks better. Maybe because it looks bigger.
I don't know. I don't think it's because of the scale. I don't know. It just looks really, really good. It looks like a fantastic fucking movie. We'll get to that though. We're not gonna go in yet, but yeah.
Yeah, we want to save that for talking about the Flash trailer with Angel. So yeah.
Love you. Bye. Just kidding. Just kidding. Angel, you're here. How are you? Angel's audio cut out here, but he said he is very excited and glad to be here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, straight off the bat, we wanted to talk. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Broen, this is the movie news. Okay. Angel, I think you'll appreciate this too.
Snap.
I, for the first time in my whole life, just watched Titanic.
For the first time?
First time. Never seen it before.
Wow.
And it was in the theater. It's like a new 4K 3D restoration. First of all, it looks amazing. But the movie is really good. It really is really good.
So the guy hitting the propeller in 3D 4K was like,
yeah, that, but also Kate Winslet's nipples like hitting me in the face was kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
That was a little overwhelming. Like because I didn't know about the scene. Like I knew about the scene, but I didn't know like they showed anything. So when it happened, I was like, oh shit. All right. Okay, here we go.
No.
All right. Anyway, Angel, we wanted to immediately start with, did you see the Flash trailer?
Yes, I did see the Flash trailer. I did a trailer reaction with my brother last night. We saw it after work, and we just had our minds completely blown. Honestly, I was kind of worried for the Flash.
Yeah.
The Flash has been known for being in development hell for, I think, since I came out of the womb. That movie has been in development hell. And so to see it come to fruition for the first time yesterday, that was already a miracle. But then seeing the things they incorporated in this trailer, the concepts of the multiverse and the emotional ties with Flash's mother and Supergirl too. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It looks amazing.
She looked amazing.
It looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
I can't wait to see it. I
Yes.
hope the best for it, as I do for any movie that I watch when I go into a movie theater to watch it. So yeah, man, it looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. And come on, Michael Keaton's I'm Batman. Yes, sir.
Oh
Stop
my
it.
gosh, that was so good. That was so good.
It looks
dude.
amazing.
I was watching the trailer alone upstairs, and like my family was watching the game downstairs, and as soon as the trailer hit, I was like, I'm watching it. I'm not waiting for the game.
No.
Like I'm watching it right now. And they could hear me like screaming and clapping when Michael Keaton showed up.
It looks. I almost cried. Like we obviously knew it was happening. It's not like a No Way Home situation where it's skeptical, but we know it's happening. But seeing it, dude, like just seeing a 71-year-old Michael Keaton in a bat suit is just so heartwarming to me. Oh my god, dude. I almost cried. It was amazing.
Yeah, they better. I really hope. I know they like fixed it for all these future movies or all these modern movies, but I still really hope Michael Keaton has the bat turn.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
I don't want them to have his head turn. I need him to do the bat turn.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm sure there's something. There's got to be a joke in there somewhere because Andy Muschietti, I think I read that he's like a huge Batman fan. So I think him having extensive knowledge on the character, but also probably Michael Keaton's 2 movies is good. It's gonna be really good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
And Sasha, is it Callie? Is that how you say your last name? Whoever as Supergirl.
I think it's Sasha.
Okay,
Kaya.
maybe yeah. I'm stupid and white, so I'm just probably saying it wrong. But yeah, dude, like she looks amazing, and like the shot of her, locked up or whatever without the sunlight and the like seeing her bone thin. I was like, oh my God, they're doing like a Flashpoint thing,
which is straight out of Flashpoint.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought that was so cool that they're just having her play that Superman character. I was like, that is so cool. I absolutely
even
love
that sequence where you see Flash
you know,
find her, the way it's filmed, the way it's lit, it's very reminiscent of Andy Muschietti's previous work. Like I believe he did Mama.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, but I believe he did Mama.
Yeah.
And he did It. So it's like, yes, we're getting that horror aesthetic with that storyline of her reemerging into the hero that we all know her to be, which in itself is a very traditional story of how to tell a superhero coming back and saving the day.
Yeah, dude. And he said it's not Clark. So we are obviously getting references to hopefully the Snyder Cut, but at least Justice League in general, which is I was curious about. In terms of what are they gonna talk about, considering what's happened since 2017.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie was supposed to come out in 2018, I think, with Ezra Miller, and now
with the director of Dope.
That's crazy.
Rick Famuyiwa.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember that because when he came on, didn't they change the title to Flashpoint? Yeah, wow. I remember that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dude, and I don't know. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Flash is not going to be good," and I understand why they thought that, but knowing Michael Keaton was in it and Andy Muschietti was directing, I had faith this entire time. It it looks amazing. And James Gunn said it's one of the best comic book movies you've seen.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about this idea that, even with the Flash movie coming out, we know inevitably, apparently it's going to reset the DC universe. So going into this movie, how do you guys feel about that?
Sad, honestly.
At this point,
go ahead, bro. You go. I'll think about myself.
At this point, I honestly very much trust James Gunn. I know it's him and Peter Safran. I really don't know much about Peter Safran other than he's just a producer on a lot of the Warner Brothers movies, but I really do trust James Gunn. The Guardians movies are, some of the best. I think some of the best MCU movies. I think the Suicide Squad is one of my favorite DC movies.
It's so good.
I very much trust him. I think he's going to be very, very loyal to the characters, and the fact that they're just doing a reset timeline rather than just straight up reboot is smart, because that's pretty much what they did with Days of Future Past, which I thought worked for a little bit. I was going to say worked great, but then the movies after that weren't too good. But I do very much trust James Gunn. I'm very excited for what he has in store. I don't mind that they're rebooting it, because then they do have a reason to keep some actors, and it's just like, at that point, why not keep Henry?
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, that's with me. Yeah. I'm mostly sad, Angel. Okay. I just like I'm 50-50. It's like bittersweet, because the DCEU had arguably perfect casting for almost every character. And say what you want about Zack Snyder, but I think he cared, and I think there is a lack of heart in a lot of comic book productions, and I guess in film in general. A lot of this is just a job, and so whether you like Zack Snyder or not, I think there was a lot of that in his DCEU. I'm glad they're keeping the Batman stuff going, because the Batman is incredible. I'm glad they're not just one-offing that, because that movie's so incredible. And yeah, I trust James Gunn. I'm glad we're getting, we're getting somewhere in terms of planning, and we're not just gonna start shooting movies 2/3 of the way through the script. I miss Henry Cavill, but Ben Affleck's in the trailer, dude, and he's got his blue suit, and it looks the blue looks so good.
It looks so good.
Everybody who said the blue and gray wouldn't work, they're wrong. They're wrong.
Dude, they're wrong.
They just got proved wrong so badly.
It's crazy, because I've always been saying, look, if Mysterio's costume could work in Spider-Man Far From Home, any costume can work. Bring me Wolverine's
Absolutely.
yellow costume,
Absolutely.
damn it.
Yes,
Bring it to me.
dude.
Bring it to me.
Oh my God. It's about time, dude. They've teased us with that for too long.
And it's also people want these comic accurate suits. I mean, you know, Spider-Man, dude, Deadpool is incredible, and it looks great. I mean, we want Wolverine, we want a blue and gray Batman. Like I love the black Batman, but like I want different colors because Batman rocks, you know, purple sometimes. It's like, dude, throw that in. It could look amazing.
I want the leather purple gloves.
Yeah, you know
what? Yes.
I want an updated version. Oh man, it's so sad Adam West passed away because if he was in this movie, dude, for just a second, it'd be so amazing. But like I would love to see like
I want a Batman cowl with the eyebrows.
Yes, dude. Yeah, I want chalk drawn eyebrows. Overall, I think the movie's gonna be amazing. I'm glad it landed with the director it did because considering, like you said, the production hell it's gone through, it could have just been another Black Adam or worse. You know, another Suicide Squad 2016. Another Justice League.
It could have been a Batgirl where they just pulled the plug on it and said whatever.
That is heartbreaking to me.
You know.
Oh my God, the Batgirl thing is heartbreaking. But I didn't see any more of the Super Bowl trailers. Angel, did you have any that you saw / were excited about?
The only one I was most excited for was The Flash. After we watched The Flash and I got all the work out of the way with, you know, the content creation and stuff.
Yeah.
My brother and I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I mean, it's James Gunn. James Gunn hasn't missed yet with comic book movies, whether it be Marvel or DC. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 emotionally looks like it's going to be the most impactful one out of all of them. This is the last time we're going to see all of them. We're going to see a little bit of Rocket's origin. We're going to see how heartbreaking that is. And also we get a new introduction to the High Evolutionary, which looks like a fascinating villain from James Gunn's perspective. It looks very interesting. So I can't wait to see that one. I have faith in James Gunn. He hasn't given me a reason yet to doubt him. So I'm ready for that one. Bring it on. A new soundtrack to listen to in the gym.
Yes,
Let's go.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the only thing I'm upset about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is okay. The first movie ends with him getting Awesome Mix Volume 2, you know, from his mom. And then Guardians 2 is called Guardians Galaxy Volume 2. And then Guardians Volume 2 ends with him getting the Zune. So why is this not called Guardians of the Galaxy MP3?
I know, right? I know.
Why is it not MP3? I have been saying that since 2017. Since I walked out of Guardians 2 opening night, I was like, the third one better be MP3. And it's not.
Yeah, no, I would love that title. I would love that title. But the thing is, the reason why it's not called MP3 is because fans thought of it before James Gunn could. And James Gunn is the kind of writer where it's like, I don't want to use, you know, what you guys are saying or whatever. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's it. That's final. Yeah. Writing is king. Storytelling is king. Storytelling is king. I'm going with what I want. It's the same thing Rian Johnson does. You know, Rian Johnson, when he takes a look at criticisms for The Last Jedi, he's like, no, I'm not backing down with the choices that I made. I'm the writer. I'm the creator of this story. I'm sticking with it, and I respect that.
That's totally fair. That's respectable. Yeah, that's respectable. Absolutely. You know, it's all about telling the story you want to tell and not just doing fan service.
Yeah. Hey, but you know? MP3, come on, James, give it to us. Come on. Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts.
Right? Oh my God, dude. Angel, we had a few questions for you. How does that sound?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
You ready for me? Okay. Broen, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Wait, first, before you ask me a question, I have a very important question. And
oh, we're ready.
You guys let me know. On your guys' end, do you see the sound waves coming from me? Because I'm afraid that I'm not being recorded.
We do. I see it.
Okay, cool. Because it's always with Zencastr where I'm like, wait a minute, am I recording? Am I supposed to press the record button? But okay,
dude,
good to know.
I would cry so much if I got through the entire episode. It's just you and me responding to Angel with nothing else. Like every 13 seconds, you and I are just like, yeah, Wolverine, woo! Yeah, okay, no, you're good. You're all good.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I appreciate it sincerely. Broen, do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
You can ask the first question.
All right. At BlurayAngel, When did you start to appreciate film at the level that you do, and why?
I started to appreciate film at two very distinct points in my life. The first one was Spider-Man 2. No, I'm sorry. The first one was Spider-Man back in 2002. That's when I fell in love with movie magic, right? That's when I was like, whoa, I want to be transported to another world. Whoa, I want to be a superhero. Whoa, I want to watch other genres.
Yeah.
The second point in my life was Martin Scorsese's The Departed. I watched that film and I was like,
ooh,
whoa, they're really creating a sensation of paranoia that feels so real and it's affecting me on a real level. I want to do that. I want to start acting. I want to get into movies, whether it be in front of the camera or behind. So that's when I really fell in love with movies. Spider-Man and Martin Scorsese's The Departed.
That's amazing. How old were you when Spider-Man came out?
Two phenomenal movies.
When Spider-Man came out, I was 6 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were so much older than me. That's crazy. So I was interesting. So that hit you at like a perfect time. You were the target audience. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was 2.
I was.
But I will always remember, like, that movie has always been a part of my life, and I will always love it.
It's just one of those movies that, after you see it, you're like, oh, I want to get bit by a spider, or I want to start climbing the walls. For a lot of people, Star Wars, they remember when they watched it in theaters. They remember when they were younger. For me, that's what Spider-Man was for me. Spider-Man was the one.
That's so funny that you say that, because I am currently having an MCU marathon with my family, and we're doing chronological. And so when we got to Iron Man, being the third movie on our list, I told them this is like my Star Wars, because I remember seeing this movie opening night, and it was like no other superhero movie I had ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's so awesome that Spider-Man is that for you.
It was like nothing I had ever seen. For me, it was like, what
absolutely.
What is it? Okay, I know life, breathing and crying and eating and stuff. What is Spider-Man? Like, it just it felt larger than life, and I always wanted to be a part of it, whether I was interacting with it or just watching it. For me, it just led to everything. It led to the development of everything: my morality, my passions, my joy. That's what Spider-Man means to me.
That's amazing.
Was the movie your introduction to the character?
It was my first introduction to the character growing up. Then I watched the 90s animated Spider-Man series, which to me is like another legendary adaptation of the character. Yeah. I would watch the 90s animated Spider-Man while waiting for Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, so for me, the 90s animated Spider-Man is synonymous with like Tobey's portrayal, because they go hand in hand.
Dude, 90s is... We still need a Blu-ray set for the 90s show. We were talking about it before you came on.
We do. I mean, if we're talking about Spider-Man tunes, the introduction to 90s Spider-Man is ridiculous. The guitar...
It's so
good. Spider-Man. Like, what is that? It's godly.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Honestly, dude, Spider-Man and Batman. Dude, honestly, Spider-Man's really up there with like consistent, incredible themes and music. I mean, 90s is amazing. Spectacular is amazing. The Raimi trilogy score is amazing. Amazing Spider-Man movie scores. Dude, especially 2, Hans Zimmer blows my mind. And I love the Michael Giacchino, like his No Way or his Home trilogy scores are fantastic. He's got consistently great music.
All of his scores, whether it be Up, whether it be Spider-Man, whether it be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and recently,
the Rogue
Batman.
One.
Yeah, Rogue One too.
Yes.
Giacchino is just that guy. He is that guy.
Dude. He really is.
Yeah, he is. And nobody knows it. Like, everybody loves...
Absolutely.
Oh, everybody loves Ratatouille. Everybody loves Up. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Everybody loves the Bat. And then you're like, dude, this guy did... And The Incredibles, right? He also did The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like Pixar's guy. He's doing it always. He's amazing.
But also, my love for movies, also, besides comic book movies and films from auteurs, whenever I'd visit my grandmother's house, all she would have were VHS tapes of horror movies, which is,
Mm.
why the horror
Nice.
genre actually surprisingly is my favorite genre. Because when I would visit her, that's what was all available. So Friday the 13th, The Shining, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Final
Nice.
Destination movies,
Nice.
that's all I would watch. And my grandmother, she barely spoke English, but she would always say in Spanish that the movies were beautiful no matter what, because like people made them. And so I
Wow.
always come in from that perspective. Like whatever movie I'm watching, like there's craftsmanship behind it, whether it be bad or good. So my grandmother and the movies that she had there also influenced my passion for movies too.
That's amazing. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Bro, you want to go number 2?
Yeah. What got you into collecting physical media, and what made you realize that you'd rather collect physical media than like stick to streaming or just buying, a collection digitally?
That's a great question. I love physical media. There's a reason why my name is BlurayAngel. My brother and my girlfriend
Yes,
gave
sir.
me that name because of, all the Blu-rays I was collecting. They're like, "What are you doing with your money?" I was like, "I'm buying Blu-rays, baby. I'm buying Blu-rays." That
Been
yeah,
there.
right.
Been there.
That's like
Hey, it's a
everyone's
good-
question. It's like, why are you wasting this money that's streaming for free? It's like, no, it's not.
No,
way you-
it's
I
not the
want it,
same.
no.
It's not the
It's
same.
not.
Yeah.
So, growing up, there was this thing called Blockbuster. Feels like a very long time ago. But there was this thing called
yes.
Blockbuster. Kids,
Oh,
kids of this
yes.
generation, they need to know. They need to know. Every
Mhm.
Friday, I would go to Blockbuster. I'd go with my dad and my brother, and we'd look forward to renting the newest movie that came out. Yo,
Yep.
Spider-Man 3. As a kid, I adored Spider-Man 3. Right? I know Parker hates that movie, but as a
Of
kid,
course.
I'm like,
Of course.
Spider-Man 3 is coming out this Friday at Blockbuster. We got to be there. Right as the store opens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would walk into Blockbuster, any aisle I would go into, I'd be fascinated with what movie I'd see. I'd look at movies based off of the cover, based off of the
Yeah.
title, and I just pick one
Yeah.
randomly. We'd take it home and we'd watch it, without knowing what the story was or whatever. And what is Inglourious Bastards? I don't know what that is. Let me put that on. Yo, what? Quentin Tarantino? Like, that's how I would dive into movies and different directors and different screenwriters and stuff like that. So my love for physical media was from Blockbuster. And when they took Blockbuster away, I was like, I need to hold that piece of myself. I need to keep that with me. So I'm going to start collecting my own movies, and my theater room will be my own Blockbuster. And when people come and visit,
Nice.
they're going to get that same feeling. They're going to look through the movies. They're going to look through the titles. Oh, I haven't seen that one, or, oh, I love that one. And, we'll rewatch it. And I get to recapture that same experience as a movie fan and lover of physical media. And also, if you have bad Wi-Fi, I got you. Let me pull out one of my steelbooks real quick. I got you. Don't worry about Wi-Fi.
Yeah, dude. No matter how good your Wi-Fi is, a disc is gonna look better. It's just, and that's why it's important. And I fully agree with you, obviously, and I think that's amazing. I miss Blockbuster. Did you guys?
Yeah,
did
me
yours
too.
have a slide? Mine had a slide, dude. You remember that? Yeah, dude. My
Yours-
Blockbuster had a slide. I was like in a rich Blockbuster. Yeah.
So they had that slide as they were sliding into bankruptcy.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
That's where all the late
Along
fees,
down with
the,
me.
the late fees would go. They'd just slide down there.
Yeah.
All the late
Right?
returns.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, because I honestly love that Blockbuster is the reason that you're so into physical media, because I remember that. I think I'm like the last age range. I'm 23, and I think I'm like that last kind of age range where I vividly remember Blockbuster. I can say I do remember going every Friday night, and renting a couple of movies, and the anticipation and like the nervousness of what if it's not there.
Yep.
Like I need a backup for my backup. I need a backup for my backup's backup.
Yeah. No, I miss that feeling, man.
and then the satisfaction of running into Blockbuster and seeing the last copy of Spider-Man 3 or Iron Man, and it was, or for me, I one movie, this is random, not a comic book movie, totally random movie. One movie that I vividly remember running in and seeing the last copy of was Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
That movie used to scare the shit out of me, dude.
The Were-Rabbit.
Oh my, yes, dude.
Yeah, that I for some reason that's the first movie that pops in my head on my memories.
One of the greatest
Blockbuster.
twists in cinematic history. I love that movie. I love that movie.
Step aside, Sixth Sense.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I really miss Blockbuster. There's a bar in LA. I just turned 21, Angel, and I was in LA for my birthday. And
oh, nice.
There's
Happy
a bar.
Happy late birthday, man.
Thank you. There's a bar. There's a Blockbuster themed bar, and you go in and you pick a VHS tape off the shelf for a movie that you like, and then you get a drink that's correlated with the movie. And I thought that was so cool. And I think it's really cool that, I mean, like, vinyl is coming back, but also physical media in general is. And I think Blockbuster, like, being, I don't know, almost like this vintage thing that new people are caring about. You know what I mean? I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's coming back. It is.
One of my bucket lists is to go to Oregon and visit the last standing Blockbuster. Yeah.
In
that's
Bend.
what I want to do.
Dude, I grew up, born and raised in Oregon, and I never went.
Wow.
Bend is like, Bend is like a 3-hour drive from where I lived, but I've been to Bend many times because I did have family in Bend. But yeah, I never went to the Blockbuster.
Wow.
You have failed this city.
Okay, I have a question for both of you, which odds are you probably do know, but do you know why it's called Blockbuster?
I don't think I do.
I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna guess
okay.
that it's called
guess?
Blockbuster because it was busting on the block that it was on. It was taking all the traffic.
Okay, you're not wrong. But a movie being called. I mean, have you heard of a movie being called a blockbuster?
Yeah, like Jaws was like considered the first summer blockbuster, right? Like that.
The first blockbuster. Yeah. Do you know what that actually means, though?
No.
Okay, so
I assume it's something with like the amount of people that went to see it broke the measuring system or something like that. Like that.
Hey, I'm a film major,
No.
not a history major. All right.
No. So before reserved seating, before going onto the Cinemark app and reserving your seat, you had to obviously get in line to get tickets, and then you had to get back in line to get into the theater. And for movies like Jaws, Star Wars, Spider-Man, those lines literally physically were around the block.
Oh, very cool.
So it busted the block.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
So that's where that term came from, Blockbuster.
For kids
and so then
today,
the rental store.
for kids today, before jacuzzis were in movie theaters, you had to wait in line for tickets and be potentially punched in the line because you cut for Avatar or something. I remember the Avatar lines were huge, and I remember the Creed lines were huge. When Creed came out, the lines were huge. That was like one of the more recent, right before digital took over, I think, for like that kind of thing.
That's also sad too. With the loss of Blockbuster, we also had the loss of like lines waiting outside of theaters and kind of like that anticipation for getting a good seat because now everything is reserved seating. The last time I remember myself in a line with the line going around the theater was Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That was the last time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was 2015. Right?
Yeah.
For me, I want to say it was Endgame because the theater I went to didn't have reserved seating, so we showed up like 3 hours early.
Nice.
Opening night to end or not? Wait, did I say Endgame?
Yeah.
I meant Infinity War. Endgame. I was smart and I went to a theater with reserved seating.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. You don't want to get spoiled for that.
Yeah, I was there first showing opening night for both Infinity War and Endgame and Force Awakens.
But let me ask you this: what experience was better for you? Do you like reserved seating or do you like waiting in line and trying to see if you're gonna get a good spot? Like,
man, I think okay. There's definitely something magical about waiting in line and like getting those seats. But I've also been on the butt end of that where I'm like, shit, now I gotta sit in the front. I like Black Panther. We showed up late and I had to sit in the front row for Black Panther. and I like didn't remember anything. I had to go and see it the next day.
Yo, I remember when I saw Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. It was May 19th, 2005. It was for my
Wow.
brother's birthday.
Yep.
I didn't really know what Star Wars was at that point because I was still a kid.
Mhm.
I just remember the anticipation for, yo, Anakin's gonna turn into Darth Vader. I was like, what? Anakin and Darth Vader? How does that work? I remember going into the theater, packed. You could smell the sweat in the theater, bro. Sweats,
Yeah.
right? We get the front row seat, so I'm watching Revenge of the Sith like this,
like that shot of
and
Willem Dafoe.
still, yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
and still, it was one of the most epic things I had ever seen in my entire life, and it's all due to the crowd as well. You know, the crowd impacted my experience for the movie.
Yeah. And there's something
I also
about
have
meeting.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna talk to like-minded people in those lines, waiting for the same movie. You're gonna meet people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's a.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I played Uno. I played Uno with strangers waiting for Force Awakens. They brought, I shit you not, they brought a table and we were playing Uno.
Hell
It's
yeah.
Amazing.
For
Reverse
hours.
Uno before the movie plays.
Yeah. And okay, I actually have a really, really funny story about my experience seeing Revenge of the Sith. I was 5 when that came out, and my entire family saw it. I had family, and this is when I still was in Oregon. So I had family coming down from Washington, and we were all as a big family going to see Revenge of the Sith, and it was my first time seeing a Star Wars movie in the theater. And Star Wars has always been my favorite thing. It's always been my dad's favorite thing. I met Daniel Logan and he signed, Boba Fett. Yeah. Like huge Star Wars fan. I have 4 lightsabers and I have helmets, big.
Yes,
you get the idea.
sir.
Big fucking Star Wars fan. So I'm 5 years old, sitting in the theater for Revenge of the Sith. I'm so excited. I have my action figure with me. I was allowed to bring one action figure. I see people with lightsabers in the crowd. It's unlike anything I'd ever seen before. The movie starts, and I started screaming and crying, and my mom pulled me out of the theater, and I went home.
Wow, dude!
And to this day, you still do that because Star Wars is live, baby.
And to this day, I still have not seen Revenge of the Sith. Because I can't get past the loud.
I was just there
you
for
have
the
it like
opening sequence.
Yeah. And Brown's like, I've tried 3 or 4 times, but each time it ends with me having a seizure before the first scene hits. So I still haven't gotten to that one yet.
I pass out when the credits open.
I'm not sure who plays Anakin. I'm
Like, wait, I can't read that fast. I'm sitting at the front row, like reading it like this. Like,
dude, you know what? If you're a Star Wars, you can't be a Star Wars fan if you can't read, because you're gonna see the first 3 minutes of those movies and be like, I know what the fuck's going on. I'm not gonna watch this movie. But yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, dude. In terms of convenience, I obviously prefer reserved seating, because it's just oh man, I got the last seat in the Dolby Theater. That's so cool. Whatever. But there is something, same with Blockbuster. Yeah, streaming's way more convenient than Blockbuster, but there's something way more special about driving to the store, running down the aisles and finding the movie than just searching it on Disney Plus. And so it's like, like that weird, like bittersweet. Like, I miss this, but I also am glad I don't have to stand up right now, So yeah, I think that's really fascinating. Angel, when and why did you start TikTok?
When did I start TikTok? I don't remember exactly when. I think I started about 1.5 years ago. And the reason I started doing it was because I wanted to extend my reach with my videos. So I started YouTube around like 7 years ago, right? And I was doing the same thing. Talking about movies, sharing my passion for comic book movies, doing reactions, doing analysis for film. And so I was like, you know what? TikTok is another social media app in which I can share my videos on. Because with YouTube, I would take those videos, I would put them on Instagram, I would put them on Facebook. So TikTok was just another social media app where I was like, you know what? Let me just put my videos there and let's see how well they do. And sure enough, I've had really nice success with TikTok. In fact, I did even better on TikTok than I ever did on YouTube, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is really working for me here. I love the community that I've built on TikTok. It means just as much to me as my community on YouTube. And yeah, it's just another outlet where I can meet passionate fans like you guys, right? Like me starting TikTok, my
Yeah.
entire journey led me to meeting you guys and having this conversation right now. So
Yeah.
it's something that I love doing.
It's
Yeah,
all
it's
led
all
up
led
to
up to
this.
this. So it's like that's why I started TikTok, to talk with you guys too.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Was
love
the
that.
video that like really started it all for you? Not your first video, obviously. I'm not sure, but I saw the if you were in Spider-Man video. Is it like 4.8 million views? Is that like
Yeah.
one of the videos that really blew you up?
On TikTok, yes, that was the video that had the largest reach on TikTok. And it's crazy because to this day, no matter what I do, to this day, I can't top that video. Not that I'm trying to,
Yeah.
but for some reason, I can't top that video. Like that one is the most well received, the one with the most engagement, which I love, because one, I love Spider-Man. Two, I love being funny too at the same time. Like I love bringing a smile to people's faces and stuff.
Of course.
So that video is actually like a really nice combination of like who I am as a person, really. So yeah, that was the biggest video on TikTok. The video that people bring up the most to me when it comes to like finding me is the trailer reaction for the Batman that Matt Reeves retweeted on Twitter and commented on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember seeing that, and I thought that was super, super cool.
Yeah, I loved it. I always watch trailers. Trailers are also another thing where it's like for me they're just as important as the movie itself. The trailers are like a lost art form nowadays. Like a really good trailer is sometimes very hard to find. I was that person that was on IMDb watching trailers before I'd watch them in movie theaters and stuff like that, and be like, "This is this movie. This is this movie. This is this movie." To my friends that would watch the movies with me, and they'd be like, "How do you know this?" I was like, "Because I've already seen the trailer. I've already seen the trailer. That's why." It's very rare when you have filmmakers like Christopher Nolan that understand the importance of trailers. He will make you go to the movie theater to watch his trailers, which I appreciate. Dunkirk,
100%.
Oppenheimer. I love that about him. He knows me. He knows me. So yeah. When Matt Reeves shared that, I was like, wow, my passion for movies has been seen. He understands that Batman fans love what he did, and that to me is like, as a content creator, that's all I could ask for.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Fandom trailer, the first trailer?
Yeah,
we got
the
for
one
Batman?
where Pattinson goes, "I'm vengeance."
I
remember watching that trailer, and it was
heat. It's absolute heat.
Oh,
yeah.
I was half clothed the first time I saw that trailer because I was like changing for work, and I get a text like, "It's out." I was like, "Oh," because a few weeks before that we got like that 10-second footage of him, and it's just his eyeline. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like all really red.
Yes, the red.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, of course, this movie's gonna be incredible." Which I was already hoping, but that was like, that was like the deposit. Like I knew from right there that's gonna be it. And so seeing the trailer, I was like wearing my underwear and a work shirt, and I was like watching it, and I was like on my bed. I was late to work that day because of this trailer. I was on my bed just like freaking out, dude. I will never. That's one of the best trailers I've seen, and honestly, like you said, it's a lost art because most trailers now are just 5 minutes long and give you the entire plot, and it takes the fun out of being excited for a movie.
They're like summaries of the movie.
Like the Invitation, that newer horror movie. I knew the entire plot after watching the trailer. I was like, I have no interest in watching this now because I know where it goes. And so that happens a lot. And they also, I've noticed, give you, if it's a movie with funny parts, they'll give you the best funny parts in the trailer. And then when you watch the movie, you're like, every good part I saw. And so it kind of like with the Suicide Squad, like the first one. every good thing in the trailer, that's the only good from that movie, you know?
Yeah.
And so I fully agree with you. And I think it's a bit of a bummer, and I hope people start treating trailers more delicately from now on.
Yeah, I completely agree.
You know what's one newer trailer that I think as soon as I watched the trailer, I was like, this is what trailers should be. I still think it's one of the best trailers ever made. The first trailer for Nope.
Yes, the first trailer for Nope.
That's right.
That was I was when that trailer came out, I used to be a substitute teacher, and I was in a high school class that day, and I thought, you know what? They're high schoolers. They're old enough. And every single class that I had that day, I was like, you guys want to watch the new Jordan Peele trailer? And I put it on for every single period. We watched the trailer, and I watched it like 10 times that day, and I never got tired of it.
That's right, because after that trailer, I still wasn't entirely sure what the movie was about. I was like, okay, it's UFO-y, but there's something else here. And that's why I think Jordan Peele is one of the... I think best is a hard word to use for anybody, but one of the most interesting filmmakers working right now. You know, he's doing stuff that a lot of people aren't, and I love him. But yeah, that's an amazing story, Angel. Are you planning on staying on TikTok, or are you gonna try to? Do you still post on YouTube consistently, or?
Yeah, I do. Every video that I put out, I put everywhere.
Oh wow,
you know,
nice.
Because you never know. You never know where there's an opportunity lying, and you know, it's really cool when people reach out, and you know, you get really cool opportunities. So that's why I always recommend to all content creators, if you're making videos, put it everywhere, because you never know where it'll lead you, where it'll take you.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
And we have one more question for you. I think it's a big one. I'm not. You're either going to answer so fast, or it's going to be really tough. I think.
This is such a good question that it is very possible that this question could be the rest of the episode, because it's such a good question.
Okay. I don't know why I thought about it. I was texting bro, and I was like, what are we going to ask him? And I was like, this is good. I could ask him this.
Okay. Angel, if you could live in any cinematic universe, what would it be?
Any cinematic universe, what would it be? That is a good question. If I could live in any cinematic universe, Freddy versus Jason, baby. Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy versus Jason.
No, that would be terrible. That'd be terrible.
You walk it. Why is that caterpillar smoking a hookah?
For real. I mean, there's very few cinematic universes that exist in cinema. You know, honestly, I'd probably have to go with the MCU. I mean, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Really,
it's cohesive. I love the characters. I mean, I think seeing hopefully I'm a hero. It would suck to be a civilian in the MCU. You know, your stuff's gonna get destroyed, and nobody's ever gonna pay for it. Insurance.
Well, I was gonna say, like
that hero insurance.
Where do you plan on living? Because if you want to live in New York City, there's no point. Just end it.
I know, right?
Your stuff's gonna get you're gonna get a new apartment every week because Iron Man just blew through one of them. It's just like you're not gonna have a good time there. So maybe somewhere safe. Like I don't think there's been an MCU movie set in like Texas yet. You know, so maybe I think they'll reach there. They were in Tennessee, and I used to live in Tennessee. And when I saw Iron Man, I think it was 11 when Iron Man 3 came out, and I lived in Tennessee, and when I saw it, I was so stoked when he went to Memphis. I still love Iron Man 3. I think Broen doesn't like it. I like it. I think it's a great movie.
What?
When I told you I liked that movie, you bullied me on the podcast.
Iron Man 3?
Yeah. I told you I thought it was the best Iron Man movie, and you yelled at me.
Oh, okay, because that's fucking stupid. It's not the best Iron Man movie.
I don't know.
I mean, like, you have your right to your opinion. I just want you to know, Parker, that you're wrong.
I don't know.
I think Iron Man 3 is underrated.
Absolutely.
It is underrated. It is.
I think it's a great film. I do.
It's good. I just don't think it's the best.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best Iron Man movie either, but I think it's a good movie for sure.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave the chat.
That airplane sequence is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
it's so
and
good.
The ending sequence, dude, seeing him run through different suits like it's nothing was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh
super
man.
clean. Super clean.
Anyway, we could talk
and
about
also
Iron Man
Guy
3
Pearce, I think is wicked.
Oh yeah.
I think he's wicked on screen. I love Guy Pearce.
I very I mean, you guys probably agree, but I didn't mind the Mandarin Trevor.
Oh, I didn't either.
Twist. I thought that was so funny.
I thought it was hilarious. It was so out of nowhere, and that's why it was so good. I thought it was so funny.
Like there was, it wasn't like a plot twist, like oh my gosh, like whoa, but it was. It wasn't whoa, he was the were-rabbit the entire time, but it was
nothing's gonna hit that hard ever again.
It was right.
Nothing can top the were-rabbit. Right?
We need a 4K theatrical release for The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, dude.
Seriously. Start that now. Make a fan event. Let's do it.
Hashtag release the Were-Rabbit, you guys.
Re-release the Were-Rabbit.
Yeah.
Hashtag release.
We need to scare this generation of kids, please.
Dude, that movie, I swear, that movie used to scare me. Like the shot of him, of the, I forget which one is the dog, but when he gets out of the car to check what's going on, you know what I'm talking about? And he starts turning the were-rabbit, dude. I used to be so scared as a kid, but then I saw him like flying a plane at the end, so it kind of got ruined.
Yeah. Curse of the Were-Rabbit is an American Werewolf in London, but for kids. That's what that movie is.
Dude.
That's how traumatizing it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love American Werewolf. I love that movie so much. And Parker, you haven't seen it yet,
I've
right?
like seen it, but like not. I couldn't tell you one thing. I just remember that like a scene in a pub or something like that, and so I need to rewatch it for sure.
Well, Parker, you got to watch it because
the
practical effects are next level. They're next level. It's literally it's like John Carpenter's The Thing. So definitely watch that tonight. Watch that tonight, all right?
Dude, you keep bringing up you keep bringing up some of my favorite movies. Now you're bringing up The Thing.
Dude.
That's
okay. Sorry,
I'm a slut for John Carpenter.
I need that on a shirt. I'm a slut for John Carpenter.
Dude, honestly, if you're Broen, you could just take for John Carpenter out of the question. Broen's just a slut.
I'm a slut.
All right. Anyway, back to what we were talking about.